welcome to Crafts and Crime. I'm Amy.
I'm Elaine.
And as always, we don't actually.
No, it's related to Crafts and Crimes.
But we are doing another Am I the Asshole and Dumb Criminals because
Whoop, whoop.
this comes out the week before Christmas.
Trying to make it fun for us.
For us, yeah. And for everybody else, you know.
Not such a negative vibe right before the holidays, whatever holiday you're celebrating.
Yeah. So
there's a lot in December for everybody.
there is. Yeah.
And so we're trying to keep it lighter.
Yeah.
Closer.
So hopefully y'all like that. But, you know, back in the new year, once we get back into it, it'll be back to normal. But we just wanted, you know, and I don't know, around the holidays, I don't really listen to a lot of my podcasts because it's like I'm trying to get in a happy.
I'm usually just too busy too.
That too. I know. But we have some exciting plans coming up.
Yeah.
You know, we're in November still as we record this. We're catching up so we could take a little break in December. So we can enjoy our family and free time. And so we have a surprise next week for y'all.
Woo-hoo.
But yeah, we've been working hard and my brain is not working today. I'm having a hard time. I think we're both.
It's been a day.
It has been. Yesterday,
we're all just feeling gross.
Yeah, I think we're all kind of coming down with something.
I think so. Like just a little baby cold that sucks.
Yeah, because I'm like, is it allergies? Is it sickness? I don't know.
It really does suck.
But yesterday was my son's birthday. Lincoln, he turned 6.
Whee!
So we just kind of took it easy. And my 6-year-old son, okay, so for his birthday dinner, he originally asked for split pea soup, which is his favorite. And I was like, sorry, buddy, I don't have ham to make the split pea soup. So like, what else do you want? And this kid asked for chicken, rice, and broccoli. And it's not just like plain chicken. It's the, what is it? Sweet and sour chicken.
Yeah.
So it was an easy dinner last night. And then his cake, he specifically requested chocolate cake with chocolate frosting with fresh strawberry slices on top and M&Ms.
Precious.
And Mama made it happen. So I indulged in his, you know, his demands because they were simple enough and I had everything already.
Yeah.
So yeah, we had fun celebrating Lincoln yesterday. And then Jack's birthday is coming up.
Oh, yeah.
And then your husband's birthday.
Yeah.
And everybody's
and another
birthday.
friend's birthday. My
Yeah.
mom's birthday.
Yeah.
Everybody's birthdays in November. A lot of people.
Yeah. We also have our like dating anniversary this month. It will be 17 years
Yeah.
that we've been together. Not married 17 years, but together 17 years.
Just celebrated our 10-year wedding anniversary. Woo-hoo! And that was really fun and just crazy because there was a lot going on. So it was just really interesting because it was just at home and cozy. And I don't even remember what we did, but it was fine. And it's just weird to look back on that time frame and you're like, oh my God. So
Didn't he take that day off?
yeah, because my father-in-law was in the hospital.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was like at
Well,
home it wasn't really relaxing. It was sort of stressful. But
Yeah.
the thing is it's like I told him too, you know, it's like we're together forever. It's whatever. It is what it is. Life happens and we'll figure out something eventually. But
Yeah.
he felt worse about it than I did.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't care. I was just nervous and it was a long day.
Yeah. I think I told you about when me and Jack totally forgot it was our anniversary when we had Lillian. And so Lillian was born 2 days before our anniversary.
Yeah.
So we were discharged from the hospital the day after. And then we had to go back to the hospital for like the weigh in and, you know, check in to make sure that she's like not like declining or whatever.
Yeah.
And so we were sitting in this like, it's like a big room where they check up like all the babies. So there's little curtains and stuff, but there was another couple sitting there and I'm on my phone and I'm looking and I'm like, it's our anniversary today. And Jack's like, no, it's not. Like, what day is it? And, you know, newborn, this is our 4th kid that we had just had. So
Yeah.
it was a little chaotic because we had, you know, the 3 other kids at home. And I was like, it is our anniversary. And we were like, oh, well, happy anniversary.
Yay.
Give each other a kiss. And it was like, okay, now on with the appointment and the newborn stuff. And I was like, I couldn't even walk all the way. I made it halfway to the parking lot and I was like, I can't walk anymore because it was like in the hospital.
Yeah.
So our anniversary, this was 4 years ago. Yeah, was it resulted in me being wheeled by a wheelchair. So that was fun. It was memorable. But yeah, so we got a lot of stuff to celebrate this month, and then for us, and then Christmas. I'm so ready.
I'm
so ready for our movie and wrapping.
Yeah.
That's next weekend for us. Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah, because that's
right after
Thanksgiving.
That Monday and Tuesday we're gonna watch. Amy has never seen Bad Moms or the second one, so I was like, okay, it's perfect because it's after Christmas, so we can watch Bad Moms 1, and then the second one is Bad Moms Christmas. I think it's actually called Bad Moms Christmas, and I love them. They're so adorable and really funny and like ridiculously inappropriate, but they're really
I'm excited.
Fun. Me too.
I'm like, it'll be good because Jack is taking that long vacation. He's gonna have a 6-day vacation starting on Thanksgiving, and so that Monday, Tuesday, I was like, we can start wrapping presents like we did last year, which I have a lot of kids to wrap for, so Elaine comes over and helps me because
I like it.
Yeah,
as long as it's boxes shaped.
Yeah,
book shape, box shape, package shape. The weird shape stuff, like I'll do it, but it's not my favorite. But I like wrapping. My mom used to work at Sears. She was the store decorator for our local Sears. And so she used to decorate the whole store by herself. And she would have to like redress the mannequins and stuff. And one of her jobs that she did not get paid extra for was Christmas holiday wrapping.
Yeah.
So she was always really good at it. And I was like, I'm pretty okay.
I'm good. I'm okay.
Quite a bit.
I'm
it's
not
fun.
the best. I think like my mom's really good at wrapping. Jack's dad like has a technique for those.
Yeah.
Do you
bulky,
remember his like
ones.
No, for the boxes, like the front of it with the ribbons, he like tapes out the ribbons all nice and cuts them. And granted, he only has like, 4 grandchildren. Well, Sarah's grandkids and stuff, but just grandkids. So he doesn't have a whole lot, not like us where you could tell Christmas morning which ones were at the end of the wrapping process. Done. Usually years before, my parents would take the kids right before Christmas, and then I would go pick them up, because we'd have Christmas Eve at their house, and then so I would use that time. It was usually like 2 days. I would use that time to wrap all 4 kids Christmas presents.
Yeah,
and it's a lot. And so now I kind of like what we did last year, because it was like, oh, we're just gonna go hang out in the room and watch a movie or something and wrap presents for an hour, and then we're done. So we're gonna do that again, and I'm excited because we got some good movies to watch. And I did, yes, it's November, and I'm like almost done with Christmas shopping because once again I have 4 kids and I needed to start in October. So
I started like a teeny tiny bit, but it's nothing. Like, it's whatever.
So I'm excited for Christmas, which when this comes out it'll be next week. So I hope everyone's having a fun holiday season. So we are going to keep it light, and so I have some Am I the Assholes? So this one, I will preface it is a little long, but it kind of goes along with Christmas because it's gift giving. Although it's this person's birthday, it's a gift. So think about gifts, and when people are telling you what they want for Christmas, listen to them. So, am I the asshole for getting my girlfriend a Cricut instead of a sewing machine? So for those of you who don't know what a Cricut is, it's like we both have one. It will cut like cardstock, vinyl. You can do so many things with the bumper stickers. I've done so many window decals and Christmas presents and stuff with it. So
you can do fabric and
leather,
fake and real.
On certain, mine doesn't. The Air doesn't, but yours is the maker, which does do leather and all
because
that.
I got mine for dollhouse miniatures mostly, and so it cuts through. It can cut through like thicker plastic and craft wood.
Yeah, mine doesn't do that. Yeah, it'll do the balsam wood or whatever. Or what is that?
Balsa and
wood?
basswood.
Yeah. So, anyways, okay. Hi, I'm male, 26, and my girlfriend, Sarah, is female, 27. Yesterday was Sarah's birthday. A couple weeks ago, she requested a sewing machine for her birthday gift. Even though she already had one that was not broken, I agreed to get it for her. Since I'm a guy who knows nothing about sewing, I spent a good 2 weeks of searching for a good model. In the end, I picked a Brother sewing machine along with some extra materials. Just when I was about to order it, I came across the Cricut Maker 3. he explains, for those who don't know, Cricut is something that can cut all kinds of things.
That
Examples.
one's fancier than mine too. I have the maker too.
So fabric, paper, wood, leather, like we just talked about. It can even engrave metal.
That's right. I
yeah.
forgot. Mine can too. I just haven't done it.
It is used to make DIY projects like stickers, bags, mugs, and necklaces. Since Sarah is very into crafting, I immediately thought she'd love it. In my opinion, it was way better than the sewing machine since she already had one. Sure, the Cricut was double the price of the sewing machine, nearly $1,000, but I had some money saved. After some research, I bought the Cricut with the heat press and other tools. I thought it would be an amazing birthday gift. I was about to tell Sarah that I didn't get the sewing machine, but knowing her, she would beg me to tell her what her new gift was. I wanted it a surprise, so I decided to keep it a secret. Fast forward to her birthday. Sarah was super excited. Yeah, because he told her he was going to get her sewing machine. I gave her the present, saying that I didn't get the sewing machine, but I got something even cooler. As I said those words, I could sense her disappointment.
Oh, no.
But she was trying to hide it. I suddenly felt really bad, but I hoped that she would like the Cricut. When she unwrapped the present, she looked even more disappointed, said, "Thanks. I don't see why you couldn't get a sewing machine, though. It isn't hard to get one." I was kind of put off by her unappreciation, but I apologized anyway. Sarah continued, when you tell me what you want for your birthday, I get it for you. I didn't get you books when you said you wanted a kettle. I tried to explain what a Cricut could do, but she didn't really listen. She just pulled out her phone and Googled the price. When she found out I spent $1,000 on a present, she freaked out. She said that I could have gotten her 4 sewing machines for that price, or that I could have simply taken her on holiday. This hurt me because I did put a lot of effort in my gift. It's embarrassing, but I suddenly was on the verge of tears. I don't cry much, but I felt emotional at that moment. When Sarah saw that, she said, "Why are you crying? I do appreciate your present, but it's just you totally disregarded what I wanted." She left to give me some space, but we still had birthday dinner together. It was rather awkward, but we pulled through. Fast forward to today, Sarah still hasn't touched her Cricut. It's almost like she's trying to make a point that I really wasted my money on something she wouldn't use. I do feel a bit like an asshole because I did ignore what she wanted, but at the same time, I feel I had good intentions. Am I the asshole?
That sucks. It's kind of hard.
There's an update to this.
Yeah.
But I would say yes, in the way that you told her you were getting it for her.
Yeah, absolutely. So, you said you were getting a sewing machine.
She's like, I want a sewing machine. Okay,
yeah.
I'll get that for you. It could be any sewing machine.
And
it could be a really nice one.
Surprised her with exactly.
A really nice one. Like the one that does embroidery or whatever.
And a gift card to a fabric store or something like that.
So a Cricut is not for everyone. Just because you are crafty doesn't mean you want a Cricut necessarily.
And there's a lot of expense that comes with it also.
Yes, there is, because you get the Cricut, but you have to buy whatever materials. Like I make t-shirts, and so I have to buy the heat vinyl and the heat press, which he did get her and stuff. But there's a lot of, then you got to get new blades, and I don't know. It sounds like maybe she is crafty, but more so with sewing. Maybe she had, I don't know,
she had plans in mind.
And you know what? I did have a perfectly good working sewing machine. It was my grandma's old sewing machine. I rode that thing into the dirt. I'll tell you, when you get a new sewing machine, a newer model sewing machine, it is night and day difference. So yeah, hers could have just been really old. And when you have a really old sewing machine, they mess up a lot. I can't tell you how many projects got messed up with that old sewing machine. So I don't know. It is pretty tricky, but there is an update. Hi again. After reading all your comments, I realized that I was indeed an asshole. But believe me when I say that, 1, I wasn't trying to guilt trip her by crying, and 2, I didn't get the Cricut so she could make me things. However, I'll admit
that didn't even occur to me.
However, I'll admit that I thought the Cricut was cooler and bought it partly because of that. I was wrong because ultimately it's her gift, not mine. Thanks for all the responses. Since I already knew what model and materials to get, I just placed an order for the brother sewing machine. It can only be delivered in a week's time, so I'm going to get some of her favorite food today to make up for it. I haven't returned the Cricut because all those add-ons would be tricky to return. I'm still deciding if I should keep it or not. Lastly, if you're wondering why I bought the Cricut, this was 2 years ago, but Sarah saw a machine similar to a Cricut in an art store and said that when she had more money, she would get it. Also, throughout the years, she has been interested in cutting wooden fabrics. But yes, should have asked her first before splurging on this gift. Thanks again. Edit number 2. I see a lot of people wondering how I spent $1,000 on the Cricut. I'm not in the U.S.
I was just about to say, yeah, as soon as, oh my gosh, there was a word that they said, and I totally knew it was British immediately. And, yeah, everything is it was way more expensive. Plus, when the maker came out, it was like,
it was a lot.
A lot. I think it was like almost a $500 machine, and then all the extra stuff he got. And that press is like $300 anyway.
Yeah, I bet
he got like a bundle.
Yeah. I got a bundle for my Air. I have the Explorer Air, and that was still pricey, and it didn't really come with a whole lot. But
it sounds
I
like
waited
he bought
till it
it
was
when
on
this
sale.
all first came out.
Probably because he said 2 years ago.
Yeah,
the Cricut's really popular now.
It's funny because I kind of, the way that I feel about it is sort of half and half. I feel like I'm the other person too that's kind of like everyone's the asshole because she kind of reacted like a brat too.
Yeah, kind of.
I mean, I get it though because yeah, he did specifically say, okay, I'm going to get you that.
Yeah.
But with the update, I can also understand where he was like, well, I remember once before she said she liked something like that, yada, yada. But in her mind, she is probably planning projects with the sewing machine now, not a Cricut or anything. You know, there's a lot of die cutting machines.
Yeah.
And so I get it. I'm sort of, I don't know.
I know. And that would be like the equivalent of me saying like, oh, I really want to get into sourdough. You know, I've tried a million times, but I really want to do sourdough. I want sourdough supplies for my, which is, the fancy whisk and the bowls and stuff. And that would be like if then I got like a bread maker.
Yeah.
Like, well, no, I want to do it by hand, kind of thing. Like I tell you what I need, or she might really have needed a sewing machine.
Yeah. Yeah.
And just so I can understand that letdown, but yeah, they kind of both are. I don't know.
Yeah. It's tough.
Okay. So this next one is, am I the asshole for making my family pay for my craft?
Ugh.
Okay.
I'll reserve judgment.
I do crochet as a hobby. Even though it is a hobby, it is a serious one, and I'm planning on opening an online shop one day.
Oh, here we go. I already know what it is. Never mind.
For now, I only take commissions from friends and family. I was hesitant at first to make people pay for my hobby, and then I realized how expensive it could get. So I decided I would sell my products, but a bit less expensive than market prices. My family really likes what I do, and so they asked me if I could craft them some products. Of course, I'm willing to, but I told them I would make them pay for it, and only if the product they asked me to do is a bigger one because it takes a lot of time and materials. They would have to pay for shipping whatsoever because the country I live in has exorbitant international shipping prices and taxes. My family is split across Europe. However, they think I am the butthole to make family pay. An important point to precise is that I am a student and my parents send me money to pay for my housing, school, and food. I do, however, pay for the materials I need with the money I make with my student jobs. I can understand how making family pay when they help me so much is kind of a butthole move, but crafting and shipping costs don't care if you're family or not.
Yeah.
If I was using the money they send me to pay for the materials, it would of course be free to them. So am I the asshole for making my family members pay for my crafted products?
No,
you're not.
Oh my God. It's so funny. These titles get me because I was like, what? Because I was like, yeah, I'm going to reserve my judgment. No, you should be charging them on top.
Yeah.
Even if it's like $20, it's ridiculous how expensive that stuff gets. I totally, it's hard because if you're not a crafter, you do not understand. Unless you want like itchy, horrible yarn that's like the budget brand from Walmart. And even then, sometimes that stuff is good, but the reality is most of that acrylic is not. It's scratchy. And and you're still talking like 7 or 8 skeins for a blanket. So even if it's cheap, $2.96 a bundle at Walmart, hello, like you're still talking a 37. It's ridiculous. It's a lot. It's a lot.
And she said she crochets as a hobby. Yarn, nice yarn, like you said, is expensive. For example, I just ordered, it should have been here today, but it'll be here tomorrow. I ordered yarn to do a blanket for my stepsister because she's having a baby. And I had to get, so much yarn to finish a baby blanket. And of course, it's a baby blanket. So I'm getting the nice bamboo yarn.
Oh, yeah.
And it came out to like over $50 for a baby blanket. And I'm like, once I put in the order, I'm like, this is crazy. I wouldn't pay for this in a store, but it's going to be a lot nicer than one you get in a store. I can guarantee you that.
Yeah.
But yeah, so as a gift, like she's not, if they're like, oh, I want you to do this blanket. My aunt has done this where she's like, can I just send you all the yarn and can you do it? Sure. It'll give me something to do. I'll work on it in between projects.
Yeah.
And she mailed me all the yarn. I still haven't done that. And that was like 4 years ago. It's squares and you have to assemble it.
Oh.
So I did all the squares. I just have to like put them all together and they're all
Yeah.
different colors. And so I'm like, I totally just thought about that right now.
Oopsie.
But yeah, so no. And people said no, she's not the asshole because my mom has bought stuff from me before when I had my Etsy shop and when I had my website, it was all baby stuff. And so she had a lot of people that were having babies that she knew. And so she would go on my website or on Etsy and buy it or tell me,
Yeah.
I'm going to send you the money. I want this, this, and this. And she'd pay like retail price for it. So, because it's a lot of material. Yeah. So, no, if you make stuff and you feel icky about charging your family members to pay for it, don't. Okay. So, now the last one I have is not gift related or Christmas related, but it was something we talked about recently. Just a material we talked about recently. Am I the asshole for getting mad at my mother for resin crafts? So, to preface this, I get quite ill from resin fumes, like incredibly ill.
Oh, gosh.
Same. And my mother is well aware of this, as I had mentioned it to her before. I also have a cat who has health problems, and the fumes are bad for animals nevertheless. Recently, she started doing her resin crafts while I am asleep. My room is directly next to the room where she does said crafts, and the fumes from it come underneath the doors and through the cracks where the hinges are. Our doors are a bit uneven. Usually when she does resin crafts, I will go sit out in another room or outside and take my cat with me. He has a little leash to be taken outside on sometimes. But in the past few days, she has started doing these resin crafts while I am asleep. Every day she has done them, I wake up with sensory problems as well as nerve problems and feeling incredibly ill overall. I was born with really weak lungs, and it makes me super susceptible to respiratory illnesses. The other day, I woke up having trouble breathing, not to an alarming degree, but enough to get my attention and wake me up. I have confronted her about this, and she does not seem to understand why I am so upset and continues to do as she has been without telling me she's going to. If she told me, I would just sleep on the couch or something. Am I the asshole for getting mad about this? I struggle a bit with confusion on whether I am being mean or not due to living with an abusive relative before. So I post this because I genuinely cannot tell if I am being over dramatic or am overlooking a solution, etc.
That's so sad. No, not at all.
No.
It's really, really unfortunate because like I do resin crafting. I haven't in a really, really long time. But yeah, it is. People don't realize the PPE you're supposed to wear when you do those crafts. You are supposed to have a full respirator, head to toe covering. You know, you don't have to wear like a chem suit or a hazmat suit, but you need long sleeve, long pants, gloves, and a respirator and eye protection. People don't realize that. And you're not supposed to do it in the house, period.
No.
Not in a room, closed off, period. Unless you have a hood system similar to like what you have. If you have a vent hood installed over your stovetop or your gas oven that pulls the air out. I'm sure not everybody has those. And even then, it's supposed to be like a lab quality version. And there are some people who are extremely sensitive to the point that they could be working with resin every single day for a year and be fine, and then boom, they wake up the next day and they have permanent lung damage. It's not, that poor person needs to like literally probably move,
educate their mother, because if their mother's doing all that,
unless they're the abusive narcissistic person, which probably
like, I'm just doing my crafts in my own
probably
house, like,
is,
you know.
I'm sure.
Yeah, they were voted
That's
not
a
the
bummer.
asshole, but I
Yeah.
completely get it because, you know, Jack does his 3D printing and that stuff stinks. And, you know, it's
in the garage, right?
It is in the garage, but he keeps talking. Well, because with
It
that,
gets so cold.
it gets so cold or so hot. You need to do it at the right temperature, which is a small window throughout the year. And he'll always say like, "Oh, I'm just going to open up all the windows or the window in the bedroom and do it in the bedroom. I'm like, I'm
You
sorry, sir.
can't.
I do not want my bed to smell like resin.
Oh my God, no. The
Or
smell's
on my
super
clothes or anything. Like,
Mhm.
no. So it is bad. And I freaked out one time because he started 3D printing and with resin and walked in the garage and it like hit me like a ton of
Ew.
bricks and I had chicks in
bad.
there.
That's right. And birds are incredibly
Yes,
susceptible
he almost
to
killed all of my
vapor
chicks.
toxins.
It was all the
That
quail.
sucks.
Yeah, so I had to quick like run them outside.
Oh, dear.
So yeah, some crafts are just a little dangerous. Okay, so that was all my.
I
my
feel so
MBS.
bad for those because like some of them you're just like, golly.
I know.
It the fact that they're almost both ways. They're so like, how are you even asking? This is so wrong. Or also like it's both ways. Like, I can't believe you think you're not wrong. Or like, you poor thing, I can't believe you're asking. Of course it's wrong.
Yeah.
It's almost like,
Or like, no, you're okay. You're
Right,
fine. It's
yeah.
the other person, or it's everyone else.
it's like one severe or the other. You're just like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, and it is weird when you get the ones that are like both of them.
Oh,
Like, you
absolutely.
both are
Everyone's
stupid.
a jerk.
Yeah.
Okay, so what I pulled up this time, and even though I keep looking through these, a lot of them end up being not a cop, but anyway, this is a thread on Ask Reddit. Cops of Reddit, what is the most stupid criminal you have ever met? So these are kind of hilarious, but yeah, not all of them are cops, but this one
Okay.
is. This is from user Badmouthin, and they say, so I get a call of a beer run, which is shoplifting, from the local CVS. I check the area and see two guys matching the description. I detain them, and sure enough, they had a couple Coronas and some off-brand whiskey. Can you imagine getting arrested for that bullshit?
Yeah.
I confirm with CVS they were they were the suspects. The alcohol was their property, and they are desirous of prosecution. All is good. My state requires I take them to the station to book into jail and get fingerprinted. Sorry.
Keep going. There's kids
Okay.
in the background.
And get fingerprinted. And then they are issued a citation and released with a court date a couple months out. That's crazy. I didn't know that. You get in trouble and nothing happens. While driving to the station, I ask what they were doing stealing the alcohol. One guy says that they are only 20, and since they weren't old enough to buy it, they just decide to steal it instead. No big deal. Young people make stupid mistakes. I get to the jail, book them in, and start filling out the citation. The citation requires both birth date and age. I do the math on the birth date, and sure enough, the guy is 21. Meaning he is old enough to buy alcohol. Yeah, in the United States, you have to be 21. So this is obviously in the United States.
Yeah.
I go back into jail and verify his birthday. Yep, same one he had listed on his driver's license. I redo the math out loud. 21 years old. I ask, how old are you again? He replies, 20, sir. I tell him, you turned 21 last month. Again, he is adamant. No, I turned 20. I just left it at that. Oh my gosh. That sucks.
That's so funny.
What if his parents were lying to him like 1 year before so that he could get into somewhere younger?
I
And then he just kept it.
I know. That's so funny.
What a turd.
No, I'm 20.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh, that's hilarious.
Seriously, what a dingleberry.
I
dang
can't
it.
have
I
I
had
can't have
scrolled
alcohol.
way
Yeah,
down.
you can. No, I
Okay.
can't.
So this one comes from, well, where this happened was from the Netherlands. It's interesting. User is Omugaru.
I probably should be saying usernames when I read mine, but I don't have it. I don't have it pulled up. So.
Oh, okay. Not a cop myself. Again, I told you.
Yeah.
But about 10 years ago, I got held up and robbed by a group of 3 guys with knives. All they wanted was the money in my wallet, so me being the smart guy not wanting to mess with the knives, just obliged. At the end of the ordeal, he put the knife to my throat and said, if you ever tell the cops my name is blankety blank, I will slice your throat right now. Right now?
Were
What?
drugs involved?
So I went home, called the cops, told them where it happened, and gave them the name the guy told me.
Uh-huh.
The name instantly rung a bell with them since the guy had come into contact with the police in the past.
Of course.
Cops went to the spot where I was robbed, and they were laying in ambush for a new guy. They didn't even leave the area.
Oh my god.
They stayed in the exact same area for a new guy to appear. They could instantly identify the guy. He was arrested, and that's about it. Oh my gosh. I'm
hilarious.
seriously okay. And this is I got one more. These are all
Okay.
short, but I like reading them. They're fun.
Yeah.
I'm a 911. Oh, sorry. This is Johnny B61. I'm a 911 dispatcher in Florida. It's always Florida. Sometimes confused or drunk people knock on the wrong door or try to get into a house thinking it's theirs, but it isn't. It's an honest mistake, but the homeowner is rightfully very afraid, thinking they are about to be robbed or worse. Well, I had this kid, must have been in his early 20s and clearly stoned, calling me going absolutely crazy that someone is trying to kill him and take his property and rape his girlfriend and he's going nuts, blah, blah, blah. I send units code 3 to this guy thinking it's a burglary in process. I'm glad they took it seriously. Yeah. He's being nuts. Yeah. Turns out the guy ordered a pizza and forgot about it. Scared the delivery guy half to death.
That reminds me of a TikTok I saw where she's like just dying because she called 911 because she thought somebody was breaking into her apartment and she was hiding in the closet.
Yeah.
Her Mylar balloons got stuck in the ceiling fan in her living room.
Oh my gosh, I totally know what that sound is. It's like thunk, thunk, over and oh gosh.
Thinking somebody's trying to get into her apartment. I would freak out too.
Seriously, that's ridiculous. Okay, here I got a little teeny tiny one.
Okay.
This comes from Collect and Run. I think so many of these are made just for these questions.
Yeah.
Like their name matches up. The old roommate was and is a cop. He came home to tell me an ATM was robbed after hours for $15,240.
Wow.
The next day, the man who robbed the ATM deposited $15,240 into his personal account at the bank he robbed the night prior.
Oh my gosh. How stupid.
I'm telling you, it's
kind of funny.
Really, really funny.
It's really funny.
And it's sad because like a lot of it probably is drugs or mental illness, and that's really unfortunate. But like, come on.
I know.
Here, let's see. I don't know.
I'm like, I want to see this thread now, but
it's fine. You know what? I'm sure there are more of these. This is just like I typed this one in, and it was. So I was like, okay, wait, sorry, guys. I'm like reading. I'm trying to find one last
and like
one.
We said, we wanted to keep it lighthearted before Christmas, so these are really funny.
Yeah, I'm trying to keep them funny.
And because we have been riding the struggle bus lately, but
now the weather changed to crap, and I'm tired, and we all got sick. I think from it being like 95 to like 60 and raining.
Yeah, it's raining today. We got some thunder and lightning. It was cool, but so I opened up my whole house, and it's that cozy weather, rainy weather today, so it's definitely feeling like fall.
Okay. Sorry. I'm like, I got 2 more little ones and then I got to go, Amy.
Okay, that's fine.
I need to finish cooking dinner.
Yeah.
Okay. This comes from invalid user, my ass. My dad is a cop and he was interrogating a robber who was denying he had any involvement since the very start. Dad, the man told us that you robbed him of $500. The robber, no, it was only $300. Basically giving himself away. One more. Nurse _Nicole _92. Not sure if this counts since I'm not a cop, but I am a nurse in a very busy emergency room in a large city. We had a guy come in police custody for multiple reasons, one of them being he was combative and very high. Long story short, we found various drugs up his ass. His response, those aren't mine. They never are. He slipped and fell on them in the shower, I'm sure.
Those are mine.
I know, this is so funny. Like, that's what I was looking at. I was like, that's no. So I'm just looking. It's hilarious. Unbelievable.
Oh, that was good. I swear, I love hearing all these stupid ones. And then today I got kind of down a rabbit hole on stupid Karens that like, oh my gosh. No. This one I saw was like, this kid was riding around on his bike and he had a camera on his chest.
Like a GoPro
Yeah,
thingy?
like a GoPro. So he's riding his bike around and he slows. There's a lady standing, which you could see in the video later. It's in front of his house, but she's standing on the sidewalk and talking to someone. I don't know. And so he slows his bike down and she was like, get off the sidewalk right now. And she like grabs his arm and then like hits him.
Is this a grown man?
This is a grown woman.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So she's like,
I was meaning on the bicycle.
No, it's a kid. Sorry, I should have prefaced that. It's a kid.
Not that it's okay to ever touch anyone.
Like probably the girl's age.
Okay.
And you could just tell by his voice, like he's younger than a teenager. He's maybe a teenager.
Yeah.
And so he was like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, because
touch somebody.
pulled his bike and like, get off the sidewalk now, and hit him. And so he goes to tell his mom, and I'm surprised mom didn't flip out, but this is all on his little chest camera thing.
Yeah.
And she was like, I did not hit him. And so she turned it into this big thing. And the dad comes out. And so they're talking. And then the video ends with the dad in the coolest way possible. It's like, go in the house. Like to the son, so the son goes in the house. Like, yeah. So she got charged with assault or something like that, but she wasn't arrested, I guess. But I was like, oh my gosh, some people are so stupid. It's a sidewalk in front of his own house that she's standing on.
I would rather children ride their bike on the sidewalk.
They're supposed to.
Yeah, are they? Well, if there's not a bike lane. If it's a neighborhood, a residential, there's not going to be a bike lane.
No, there's not a bike lane. That's like us whenever we go on walks or whatever.
Yeah, stay on the
Troy
sidewalk.
kind of goes in the street, but we stay on the sidewalk. That's what it's there for walking your dog, for riding your skateboard, riding your roller skates and stuff. So I'm like, she was stupid, and it's all on camera. And she's like, "Oh, yeah, I'm so stupid." It's like, you dumbass. So
how old did she look?
Probably in her like 50s.
Bitch.
Yeah, she was
ridiculous.
Yeah, ridiculous. But those were funny. We got to do more of this. Let us know if you like these, because I like them.
I do too. I think maybe
fun.
like another once a month kind of a thing we could pop in. Maybe we have
or
our
maybe even listener
my gosh,
tales.
we both are. I can't talk. We have a listener tales every month. Maybe we could.
But
pop this
we're kind of
in.
low on listener
Yeah,
tales
we
to
are.
write in, so we might have to alternate months.
That's what I'll be working with over Christmas.
Yeah, I have Alicia. Hi, Alicia. She said she was going to write in her story. She literally texted me last night saying that she busted up laughing listening to the episode that was released yesterday, which was episode 30.
Oh.
When I said that I had a skip it on my roof and you had a deflated ball, and she was like, "Oh my god, my brother threw my skip it on the on the roof."
Yeah.
And then did I say on the wall? I don't know. The skip it on the roof, and you had a deflated ball on your roof.
Yeah.
And then she was like, "I feel like we all collectively, as parents, have
Always end
stuff
up
on
with
the
toys
roof."
on the roof.
So so she said she'll write in. But yeah, please write in your listener stories. It could be anything.
Yeah,
it
craft.
could be crime related. It could be craft related.
Yeah.
It could be spooky. It could be anything that
We
you
can
just
work
want us
whatever,
to.
and it's good.
We just want to hear your
The
stories.
tale of the haunted craft scissors.
Yeah. So
I'm into aliens.
yeah, you
Bigfoot.
Can, So any of
Nessie.
it, all of it, and you can write us, email us at craftsandcrime, spelled out crafts and crime pod @gmail.com, and we will read your stories back to you.
Yeah.
And but yeah, so we hope you all are having a good holiday season.
Yeah.
Merry Christmas and
Happy New Year.
Yeah, Happy New Year coming up.
Yep.
So be on the lookout next week for your special surprise.
Ooh, ho ho ho.
Yeah. No. So with that, stay crafty.
And not crying me.
Bye.